Just because he spotted a heavy police presence at the concert, the man had a gut feeling something big was about to go down. He hurried outside and asked a street vendor what was happening. The answer caught him completely off guard. The vendor whispered that a serial killer known as the Butcher was right there at the concert venue. Turns out the whole concert was fake, a trap set by the cops to catch the Butcher. All the staff were in on it, only the audience had no clue. Mike instantly got it. Good thing he caught on quick. During intermission, he grabbed his daughter and headed out. He couldn't tell her the truth, so he made up some story about a cake stand nearby while actually scoping out escape routes. Unfortunately, 2 security guards were stationed downstairs, leaving Mike with no way through. Just then, he noticed a drunk girl by the stairwell. Without hesitation, he walked past and gave her a gentle push from behind. Sure enough, everyone rushed over, including those 2 guards. Seeing his chance, Mike immediately led his daughter downstairs. But the second he hit the stairs, he saw SWAT had already sealed the exits. They were clearly about to corner the Butcher. With no choice, Mike headed back to the concert hall, looking for another way out. Right then, the pop star on stage brought out a surprise guest. This guy rose up from a platform beneath the stage, instantly driving the crowd wild. The audience had no idea what was really happening, cheering like crazy for the male celebrity. Only Mike was focused on getting the hell out of there. He noticed the platform the guy used could be a potential escape route. He told his daughter, "How cool would it be to ride that platform and see what's underneath?" But she was so caught up in the show, she just laughed at her dad's random comment. In that split second of conversation, the platform entrance slowly closed. They'd missed their chance. Left with no options, Mike had to leave again. While chatting up a vendor, he spotted the guy's employee badge, the kind that could open any door in the venue. When the vendor wasn't looking, Mike swiped the badge and got him talking, learning a crucial secret. To avoid friendly fire, the cops had set up a code phrase: "I love McDonald's." Badge in hand, he entered the employee area only to stumble upon a SWAT briefing about their plan to catch the Butcher. Mike clipped the badge to his shirt and strolled right into the crowd, eavesdropping on the meeting. On his way out, he grabbed a walkie-talkie to keep tabs on SWAT's movements. Soon he heard the key intel: the Butcher's description. White male in his 20s with a small animal tattoo on his right arm. Mike quickly checked his own right hand. Sure enough, similar tattoo. He grabbed a tape measure nearby and wrapped it around his hand to hide it. Then he lied to his daughter about leaving his credit card outside while actually planning his escape. He was going to pull the fire alarm and use the chaos to get out, but the walkie immediately crackled with police chatter. The Butcher might try the same trick to create confusion. Mike had to scratch that plan and find another way. Following the crowd to the 3rd floor, he found the kitchen packed with tourists and a deep fryer full of boiling oil. When the server wasn't looking, he cranked the machine to max and tossed in 2 glass bottles. Sure enough, the bottles soon shattered with a bang, followed by screams that quickly drew everyone's attention. Mike used the chaos to grab a scarf and slip toward the roof. He figured there'd be an escape route up there, but SWAT was already posted. Lucky for him, he knew the right code phrase, so they didn't peg him as suspicious. But knowing the killer was about to strike right under the cops' noses, Mike couldn't just sit back and enjoy the show. That's when he ran into the pop star's manager. He spun a tale about his daughter being terminally ill, her dying wish being to dance on stage with her idol. The manager's heart melted, and she pulled some strings to get them backstage, where they actually got to dance with the star. But Mike wasn't doing this to make his daughter's dreams come true. This was his ticket out. Through this, he got friendly with the star, Mary. During her break, he struck up a conversation asking if she'd heard of carbon monoxide. Mary was confused. Next thing, Mike whipped out his phone, showing surveillance footage, explaining that with one push of a button, the man in the video would die from carbon monoxide poisoning. The only way to save him was to get Mike out of there.
Save him? Catch me.
Turns out Mike was the Butcher himself. With no choice, Mary had to help this killer escape right under the cops' noses, letting him into her BMW. Protected by the pop star, the killer slipped away easy while the cops were still searching cluelessly. In the car, Mary suddenly offered to drive them both home. The little girl was thrilled. Her idol was such a sweetheart. But the killer frowned. Once they went home, his address would be exposed. Obviously dangerous for him. But seeing his daughter's excitement, he couldn't blow his cover. He reluctantly agreed, wondering what this woman was really up to. Soon they arrived at the killer's house. As the city's biggest celebrity, the whole family went nuts when they saw her. They never imagined someone like her would show up at their door, let alone that she was there because of the man of the house. The pop star got the VIP treatment. Seeing how down-to-earth the killer's wife was, how smart and adorable his 2 kids were, Mary realized Anna had been kept in the dark while the killer hid in plain sight. So Mary straight up asked Anna if she'd heard of the Butcher.
Do you know who the Butcher is, Rachel?
Anna said yeah, she knew all the stories. Even called him a monster. Hearing his wife's assessment, the killer sitting nearby could only force a smile. But Mary didn't stop there, digging deeper. When the wife asked what the Butcher looked like, Mary cleverly dropped hints. She said the Butcher was a white male in his 20s with a regular job who drove dark cars. She explained that according to police profilers, this meticulous killer probably had OCD, and dark cars don't show dirt. She also mentioned his childhood trauma from his mother, who was the first to notice something was off about her son. This made the killer squirm in his seat. If this kept up, his wife would definitely get suspicious. So he firmly suggested Mary should leave. But Mary had spotted his weakness. He wouldn't reveal himself in front of his family. Before leaving, she offered to play them a song.
Oh my god. On our piano?
But the killer wasn't stupid. He pulled out his phone and followed Mary, pretending to take photos while actually threatening her. One wrong move and he'd push the button to execute the man trapped in his hideout. Mary caught on and invited the girl to play along. But before starting, she quietly hid the girl's phone, then began singing. Her elegant, captivating voice filled the entire room. After the performance, Mary suggested taking a photo. The girl rushed to find her phone but couldn't locate it. Mary seized the moment, snatching the killer's phone. After snapping their picture, she bolted for the bathroom, locked the door, played the surveillance footage, and contacted the trapped man. After confirming his situation, Mary went live online, broadcasting the details to thousands of viewers flooding the stream. While the killer pounded on the door outside and his family couldn't stop him, an online viewer used Mary's clues to locate where the victim was trapped.
Open the goddamn door!
With things escalating this far, Mary flat out revealed the killer's true identity. The man outside that door was the murderer himself. The second she said it, everything went quiet outside. No more crying from the woman and kids. Then the door slowly opened and Mike stood there. When he checked his phone's surveillance feed, the victim had already been rescued by viewers. Mike then took Anna, planning to silence her for good. But just as he was about to leave, he found his wife and kids blocking the garage. He'd locked them in the house earlier, but facing his children's tearful questions, the killer immediately switched back to good husband and father mode, reluctantly letting Mary go. Meanwhile, SWAT teams quickly arrived and surrounded the house. But even with police about to break down the door, Mike calmly tidied up the place like he couldn't care less about the danger coming. Soon the cops burst in and Mary got out safely. Just when everyone thought it was over, they realized Mike wasn't in the house. He'd escaped through a secret passage. Cut to Mary's car suddenly stopping. The cop driving immediately got out and locked her inside. Truth was, this cop was Mike in disguise. After escaping, he'd blended into the police ranks. About 6 miles away was a basement where he planned to lock up Mary. But Mike forgot he was driving the pop star's car. Before long, fans on the street had them surrounded. Mary rolled down the window and the crowd went wild, swarming the car. No matter how much Mike honked, he couldn't get through. At the critical moment, Mary broke free and escaped danger. The cops arrived and surrounded the car. They shot out all 4 tires and fired several rounds inside, but surprisingly, Mike had already vanished. The car was empty. Actually, he'd prepared spare clothes and blended into the crowd during the chaos. Like they say, the most dangerous place is often the safest. The killer unexpectedly returned to his own home, knife in hand. Though the police had hunted him for 12 years without ever seeing his face, today he'd almost been caught. Mike was convinced his wife had betrayed him, so he came back to deal with her. His wife admitted it straight up. Her husband came home late every night, his clothes reeking of cleaning products. These details made her suspicious of her own husband. Though her husband's lies fooled others, they couldn't fool her. She was the one who tipped off the cops about Mike going to the concert. The wife knew she couldn't escape death, so she asked Mike to try the dessert she'd made. Soon the dessert was gone, and Mike started feeling woozy. That's when cops hidden in the corner appeared and hit him with a taser, making him convulse. But unexpectedly, after the shock, Mike didn't go down. Instead, he got pissed, fighting through the pain to take out one cop. It took a second and third tasing before the killer was finally subdued. He was then escorted out by SWAT. Before the police car door closed, Mike hugged his daughter. But the second that door shut, the killer actually smiled, then pulled a wire from his sleeve. The next day, news of the killer's escape made headlines, and the street vendor saw it on TV.
Oh, I helped him! I helped him! I ain't talking to nobody at work no more. I ain't talking to nobody. Nobody! Khadijah!